Life's a funny thing, isn't it? One moment you're on top of the world, and the next you feel like you're at rock bottom. But here's the real kicker. That's exactly where the magic happens. When you're down, when you're struggling, when every fiber of your being is screaming, give up. That's when you've got to dig deep and say, I cannot give up. Now, I know what you're thinking, easier said than done, right? But let me tell you something. Giving up is the easiest thing in the world. Anyone can do it. It takes no effort, no courage, no strength. But not giving up. That's where the real heroes are made. Think about it for a second. Every great achievement in history, every breakthrough, every milestone, they all came from people who refused to give up. They faced obstacles, setbacks, and failures, just like you and me. But they had one thing in common. They kept going. You see, success isn't about never falling down. It's about how many times you're willing to get back up. It's about looking failure in the eye and saying, nice try, but I'm not done yet. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Far from it. When you're in the thick of it, when everything seems to be going wrong, it's tempting to throw in the towel. But here's the thing, that moment right there is the turning point. It's the moment that separates the dreamers from the doers. Remember, every overnight success you've ever heard of is actually the result of years of hard work, persistence, and refusing to give up. They're the ones who kept going when everyone else had packed up and gone home. So, what's your dream? What's that thing you want so badly it keeps you up at night? Whatever it is, I want you to hold on to it, grab it with both hands, and don't let go. Because that dream, it's worth fighting for. Now, let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of not being good enough. We all have it. It's part of being human. But here's the secret. Fear is just a sign that you're pushing your boundaries, that you're growing. It's not a stop sign. It's a green light telling you to go for it. Think about a time when you were afraid to do something, but you did it anyway. How did you feel afterward? Exhilarated, right? Proud of yourself. That's the feeling you get when you push through fear. And let me tell you, it's addictive. But what about when things get tough, when you've tried and failed not just once, but multiple times? That's when you've got to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Go back to that initial spark, that passion that set you on this path. It's still there waiting for you to reignite it. You see, giving up is a choice, and so is not giving up. Every day, you wake up with that choice. Will today be the day you throw in the towel, or will it be the day you take one more step towards your goal? Now, I'm not saying you should blindly push forward without any thought. Sometimes you need to adjust your approach, learn from your mistakes, and try a different angle. But that's not giving up. That's being smart. That's evolving. Think of it like this. You're on a journey. Sometimes the road is smooth and easy, and sometimes it's rocky and steep. But every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. And progress, my friends, is what it's all about. Remember, success is not a destination. It's not some magical place where you arrive and suddenly everything is perfect. Success is the journey itself. It's the person you become along the way, the skills you learn, the strength you develop. So when you're tempted to give up, when you're questioning whether it's all worth it, I want you to do something for me. I want you to close your eyes and picture your future self, the you that pushed through, that didn't give up, that kept going even when it was hard. And that version of you is out there waiting. And the only thing standing between you and that future is your decision not to give up. Now let's talk about setbacks for a moment. They're going to happen. It's not a question of if, but when, and when they do, it's easy to feel like you're back at square one. But here's the truth, you're not. Every setback, every failure, every misstep, they're all lessons. They're all making you stronger, smarter, more resilient. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall down countless times, but do they give up? No, they get back up again and again until walking becomes second nature. That's the attitude we need to adopt. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. And here's another thing to remember, you're not alone in this. Every successful person you admire has faced doubts, fears, and setbacks. They've all had moments where they wanted to give up. The difference is they didn't. So when you're feeling low, when you're questioning your abilities, remember this, you have something unique to offer the world. Your voice, your ideas, your perspective, they matter, and the world needs them. Don't rob us of your contribution by giving up. Now let's talk about patience for a moment. In this age of instant gratification, it's easy to get discouraged when success doesn't come overnight. But real, lasting success takes time. It's like planting a tree. You don't see the results immediately, but with consistent care and nurturing, it grows into something magnificent. So be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small victories along the way. Did you make a little progress today? Great. That's worth celebrating, because those small victories add up. They're the building blocks of your eventual success. And speaking of success, let's redefine what that means for a moment. Society often tells us that success is about money, fame, or status. But true success, that's about living a life true to yourself. It's about pursuing your passions, making a difference, and becoming the best version of yourself. So, when you're tempted to give up because you're not seeing the results you want, ask yourself, am I growing? Am I learning? Am I becoming a better person? If the answer is yes, then you're already successful. The external rewards will come, but they're just the icing on the cake. Now, let's talk about resilience. It's not something we're born with, it's something we develop. And how do we develop it? By facing challenges and not giving up. Each time you push through a difficult situation, you're building your resilience muscle. And the stronger that muscle gets, the more you can handle. Think about the last time you faced a major challenge. It was tough, right? But you got through it. And now, looking back, you can see how much stronger you are because of it. That's resilience in action. But what about when you feel like you've hit a wall? When you've tried everything and nothing seems to be working? That's when you need to get creative. That's when you need to look at your problem from a different angle. Remember, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So, if something's not working, change it up. And here's another thing to remember. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every failure is a lesson, a stepping stone on your path to achievement, so don't fear failure. Embrace it. Learn from it. Use it as fuel to propel you forward. Now let's talk about your mindset for a moment. Your mind is incredibly powerful. What you believe about yourself, what you tell yourself, it all has a huge impact on your actions and your outcomes. So when that little voice in your head starts saying, maybe I should give up, I want you to counter it. Tell yourself, I cannot give up. I will not give up. And don't just say it, believe it. Because here's the thing, if you believe you can do something, you're right. And if you believe you can't, you're also right. Your beliefs shape your reality. So choose beliefs that empower you, that push you forward, that keep you going when things get tough. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every successful person started exactly where you are right now. The only difference is they kept going. They didn't give up, and neither will you. Now let's talk about your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's driving you? Because when things get tough, when you're tempted to give up, your why is what will keep you going. It's your anchor, your North Star. So take a moment right now to reconnect with your why. Maybe it's to provide for your family. Maybe it's to make a difference in the world. Maybe it's to prove to yourself that you can do it. Whatever it is, hold on to it. Let it fuel you. Let it be the reason you refuse to give up. And remember, your why doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It just has to be meaningful to you. Because at the end of the day, this is your journey. You're not doing this for anyone else. You're doing it for you. Now let's talk about perspective for a moment. When you're in the middle of a difficult situation, it's easy to lose perspective. Everything seems overwhelming, insurmountable. But here's the truth. This too shall pass. Whatever you're going through right now, it's temporary. It's just a chapter in your story, not the whole book. So when you're feeling like giving up, zoom out, look at the bigger picture. Remember how far you've come, think about where you want to be. And remember, the only way to get there is to keep going. And speaking of keeping going, let's talk about momentum. It's a powerful force. Once you get moving, it's easier to keep moving. But the flip side is also true. Once you stop, it's harder to get started again. That's why giving up is so dangerous. It breaks your momentum. So even on the days when you don't feel like it, do something. Take one small step towards your goal. Keep that momentum going. Because remember, it's not about making huge leaps every day. It's about consistent, persistent action over time. Now let's talk about support. We all need it. No one achieves great things alone. So surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, who push you to be your best self. And when you're feeling like giving up, lean on them. Let them remind you of your strength, your potential, your why. And here's something else to remember. You have the power to be that support for others too. When you refuse to give up, when you keep pushing forward despite the odds, you're not just inspiring yourself. You're inspiring everyone around you. You're showing them what's possible. So the next time you're tempted to give up, remember this. Your journey is bigger than just you. You have the power to inspire, to motivate, to show others what's possible. Don't rob the world of that inspiration by giving up. Now let's talk about adversity. It's not your enemy, it's your teacher. It's the fire that forges you into something stronger, something better. So when you face adversity, don't run from it. Don't try to avoid it. Embrace it, learn from it, use it to fuel your growth. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. The most beautiful pearls come from oysters that have been irritated. In the same way, your greatest achievements will come from overcoming your greatest challenges. So, when things get tough, when you're facing your biggest obstacles, remind yourself this is where the magic happens. This is where you become the person you're meant to be. This is where you prove to yourself and the world that you will not give up. And here's another thing to remember. Giving up is final. As long as you keep going, as long as you refuse to give up, you always have a chance. No matter how slim it might seem, no matter how impossible it might feel, as long as you're still in the game, you have a shot at success. So don't rob yourself of that chance. Don't cut your story short. Keep writing, keep pushing, keep going. Because your breakthrough could be just around the corner. Your moment could be just one more try away. Now let's talk about fear again for a moment. Fear of failure. Fear of the unknown. They're powerful forces. But here's the thing. They're just feelings. They're not facts. They don't define you, and they certainly don't control you unless you let them. So the next time fear tries to convince you to give up, remember this. On the other side of fear is everything you want, your dreams, your goals, your best life. They're all waiting for you on the other side of fear. The only way to get there is to push through. And remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So be courageous, feel the fear, acknowledge it, and then push past it. Because that's where the magic happens. Now let's talk about your potential for a moment. You have so much more in you than you realize. You're capable of so much more than you think. But here's the catch. You'll never know what you're truly capable of if you give up. So push yourself, challenge yourself, step out of your comfort zone. Because that's where growth happens. That's where you discover what you're really made of. And remember, your potential is not fixed. It's not some predetermined limit that you're born with. It's something that grows and expands as you push yourself, as you refuse to give up, as you keep striving for more. So don't limit yourself. Don't let your past define your future. Don't let your current circumstances dictate what's possible for you. Because the truth is, you're capable of so much more than you can even imagine right now. Now let's talk about your habits for a moment. Your daily habits, the small actions you take every day, they're the building blocks of your success. They're what will ultimately determine whether you achieve your goals or give up along the way. So, develop habits that support your goals. Habits that keep you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. Habits that reinforce your commitment to not giving up. Maybe it's starting each day by reaffirming your goals. Maybe it's taking one small action towards your dreams every single day, no matter what. Whatever it is, make it a non-negotiable part of your day. And remember, habits take time to form. They might feel awkward or uncomfortable at first, but stick with them. Because over time, these habits will become second nature. They'll become the foundation of your success. Now, let's talk about your inner critic for a moment. We all have one, that voice in our head that tells us we're not good enough, that we should just give up. But here's the thing. That voice is a liar. It's not trying to protect you. It's trying to hold you back. So, the next time that voice pipes up telling you to give up, I want you to challenge it, question it, ask yourself, is this really true? Or is this just fear talking? Is this helping me move forward, or is it holding me back? And then counter that negative voice with a positive one. Remind yourself of your strengths, your past successes, your potential. Remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. And most importantly, remind yourself that you will not give up. Now, let's talk about failure for a moment. We've touched on it before, but it's worth repeating. Failure is not the end. It's not a sign that you should give up. It's a sign that you're trying, that you're pushing yourself, that you're growing. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to come back stronger. So don't fear failure. Don't let it make you want to give up. Instead, use it as fuel. Let it motivate you to work harder, to try again, to keep pushing forward. Remember, every success story is built on a foundation of failures. The difference is, those who succeed are the ones who refuse to let failure be the end of their story. They're the ones who say, I will not give up. And speaking of not giving up, let's talk about persistence. It's one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It's what wears down mountains, carves out canyons, and achieves the impossible. Persistence is what turns dreams into reality. It's what transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. And the best part? It's a choice. You can choose to be persistent. You can choose to keep going no matter what. So make that choice. Choose persistence. Choose to keep pushing forward even when it's hard, even when you don't see results, even when everyone else has given up. Because that persistence, that refusal to give up, is what will ultimately lead you to success. Now let's talk about your vision for a moment. What do you see for your future? What's the life you want to create? Hold on to that vision. Let it guide you. Let it be the reason you refuse to give up. Because here's the thing, that vision, that dream you have for your life, it's not just some idle fantasy. It's a glimpse of what's possible for you. It's a preview of what you can achieve if you refuse to give up. So when things get tough, when you're tempted to throw in the towel, go back to that vision, reconnect with it. Let it reignite your passion, your determination, your refusal to give up. That vision guiding you forward. It's your personal North Star, keeping you on course when the seas of life get rough. Now let's talk about gratitude for a moment. It might seem odd to discuss gratitude when we're talking about not giving up, but hear me out. Gratitude is a powerful force. When you're feeling down, when you're tempted to quit, taking a moment to appreciate what you have can give you the strength to keep going. Think about it. No matter how tough things are, there's always something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the support of a loved one. Maybe it's the lessons you've learned from your struggles. Maybe it's simply the fact that you're still in the game, still fighting. Cultivating gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means finding the good amid the bad, the silver lining in the storm clouds. And that perspective can be the difference between giving up and pushing through. So make gratitude a daily practice. Each day, find something to be thankful for. It could be big or small, doesn't matter. What matters is that you're training your mind to look for the positive, to find reasons to keep going even when things are tough. Now let's shift gears and talk about your environment. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, the places you spend your time, all of these have a huge impact on your ability to persist, to not give up. Are you surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, who support your dreams, or are you letting negative influences drag you down? Are you feeding your mind with positive, motivating content, or are you letting pessimism and doubt creep in? Take a good hard look at your environment. Is it supporting your goal of not giving up? If not, it's time to make some changes. Surround yourself with positivity. Seek out people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better. Fill your mind with stories of perseverance and triumph over adversity. Remember, you have control over your environment. You can choose who you spend time with, what you read, what you watch. So choose wisely. Create an environment that reinforces your commitment to never giving up. Now, let's talk about self-care for a moment. When you're pushing hard towards your goals, it's easy to neglect yourself. But here's the thing, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not taking care of yourself, you'll burn out. And burnout is the fast track to giving up. So make self-care a priority, get enough sleep, eat well, exercise, take time to relax and recharge. It's not selfish, it's necessary. It's what gives you the energy, the clarity, the resilience to keep going when things get tough. And remember, self-care isn't just about your physical health. It's about your mental and emotional well-being too. So practice mindfulness, meditate, journal, do whatever helps you stay centered and focused. Now let's talk about your self-talk. The way you speak to yourself has a huge impact on your ability to persevere. Are you your own cheerleader, or are you your own worst critic? When you face setbacks, do you tell yourself, I can't do this, or this is too hard? Or do you say, I can figure this out and I will not give up? Your self-talk shapes your reality. It influences your actions, your decisions, your ability to keep going when things get tough. So pay attention to it. And if you find that your self-talk is negative, change it. Consciously choose to speak to yourself with kindness, with encouragement, with determination. Remember, you wouldn't let someone else constantly criticize and discourage you, so don't do it to yourself. Be your own biggest supporter. Let your inner voice be one of strength, of resilience, of unwavering commitment to not giving up. Now let's talk about your why again. We touched on it earlier, but it's worth revisiting. Your why is your anchor. It's what keeps you grounded when everything else is chaos. It's what gives you the strength to keep going when every fiber of your being wants to quit. So I want you to really dig deep into your why. Why is this goal so important to you? Why can't you give up? What's driving you? What's at stake if you do give up? Write it down. Put it somewhere you can see it every day. Make it so clear, so compelling that giving up simply isn't an option. And remember, your why might evolve over time. As you grow, as you achieve, your motivations might change. That's okay. What matters is that you always have a strong, compelling reason to keep going. Now let's talk about celebration. Yes, celebration. It might seem odd to talk about celebrating when we're discussing not giving up, but hear me out. Celebrating your progress, no matter how small, is crucial to maintaining your motivation. Too often we focus solely on the end goal and we forget to acknowledge how far we've come. But every step forward, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. It's proof that you're making progress, that you're not giving up. So celebrate your wins, big and small. Did you take a step towards your goal today? Celebrate it. Did you face a fear? Celebrate it. Did you keep going when you wanted to quit? Definitely celebrate that. These celebrations serve as fuel for your journey. They remind you that you're making progress, that your efforts are paying off. And that can be the boost you need to keep going when things get tough. Now let's talk about flexibility. Being committed to not giving up doesn't mean being rigid or inflexible. Sometimes the path to your goal isn't a straight line. Sometimes you need to pivot, to adjust your approach. Being flexible doesn't mean giving up on your goal. It means being open to different ways of achieving it. It means being willing to learn, to adapt, to try new things. So if you find that your current approach isn't working, don't give up on your goal. Instead, be willing to try a different approach. Be open to new ideas, new strategies. Remember, there's more than one way to reach your destination. Now, let's talk about patience. In today's world of instant gratification, patience can be hard to come by. But it's a crucial ingredient in the recipe for success. Real, lasting success takes time. It takes consistent effort over a long period. It's not about overnight transformations or instant results. It's about showing up day after day, putting in the work, and not giving up. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. Understand that progress isn't always linear. There will be ups and downs, peaks and valleys. But as long as you keep going, as long as you refuse to give up, you're moving in the right direction. Now let's talk about your support system. We touched on this earlier, but it's worth emphasizing. Having a strong support system can make all the difference when it comes to not giving up. These are the people who believe in you, who encourage you, pick you up when you're down. They're the ones who remind you of your strength when you forget, who push you to keep going when you want to quit. So nurture these relationships. Surround yourself with people who support your dreams, who understand your commitment to not giving up. And don't be afraid to lean on them when you need to. Remember, asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It shows that you're committed to your goals, that you're willing to do whatever it takes to keep going. Now let's talk about learning. Every experience, every setback, every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. When you approach life with this mindset, giving up becomes less appealing. Instead of seeing obstacles as reasons to quit, see them as opportunities to learn. What can this challenge teach you? How can this setback make you stronger? What skills can you develop by overcoming this obstacle? This mindset turns every experience into a stepping stone towards your goal. It makes you resilient, adaptable, and ultimately unstoppable. So cultivate a love for learning. Be curious. Be open to new ideas, new perspectives. Because the more you learn, the more equipped you'll be to overcome any challenge that comes your way. Now, let's talk about your legacy. What do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to impact the world? Your legacy isn't just about what you achieve. It's about who you become in the process. By refusing to give up, by persisting in the face of challenges, you're not just working towards your goals. You're building a legacy of resilience, of determination, of unwavering commitment. Think about the impact your persistence could have. Think about the people you could inspire, the lives you could touch, simply by refusing to give up. Your journey, your refusal to quit, could be the inspiration someone else needs to keep going. So when you're tempted to give up, think about your legacy. Think about the example you're setting, the impact you're making. Let that be another reason to keep pushing forward. Now let's talk about your future self. Imagine yourself a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What does that version of you look like? What have they achieved? How have they grown? That future version of you is counting on you right now. They're counting on you to not give up, to keep pushing forward, to overcome the challenges you're facing today. So, when things get tough, when you're tempted to throw in the towel, Think about your future self. Do it for them. Keep going for them. Refuse to give up for them. Remember, every decision you make today shapes your tomorrow. Every time you choose to keep going instead of giving up, you're creating a better future for yourself. Now let's talk about your story. Everyone loves a good underdog story, a tale of triumph over adversity. Well, guess what? You're the hero of your own story, and heroes don't give up. Think about the story you're writing with your life. Is it a story of someone who faced challenges and overcame them? Or is it a story of someone who gave up when things got tough? You have the power to write your own story. You have the power to make it a tale of perseverance, of resilience, of refusing to give up no matter what. So, when you're faced with challenges, when you're tempted to quit, think about your story. What kind of story do you want to tell? What kind of hero do you want to be? Remember, the most inspiring stories, the ones that touch hearts and change lives, are always about people who refuse to give up. Be that person, write that story. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this thought. Not giving up isn't about being perfect. It's not about never falling down. It's about getting back up every time you fall. It's about keeping your eyes on your goal no matter how far away it seems. It's about believing in yourself, in your dreams, in your ability to overcome any obstacle. It's about choosing every single day to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep striving. Remember, you have everything you need within you. You have the strength, the resilience, the determination to achieve your dreams. All you need to do is refuse to give up. So go out there, face your challenges head on. Embrace your struggles, learn from your setbacks, and no matter what, do not give up, because your dreams are waiting for you, and the only way to reach them is to keep going. You've got this, I believe in you. Now, go out there and show the world what you're made of. And remember, no matter what happens, no matter how tough things get, you will not give up.